So, as Maldronicus and Tonelli make their way to the cart, everybody can give me a perception. Okay. So basically, am I missing somebody there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Basically, everybody but Spinks will notice that Tonelli makes this, like, he raises his hand in the air and he makes a motion. And as he does so, several...
Is this the military sign I recognize, or what this means? Or
This is the sign for make your move. And as that happens, four figures dressed in full plate, head to toe in what looks to be steel, appear around the cart. They have these very bright yellow lines that run from top to bottom that illuminate around outside of them to about 30 feet. Their visors also have a ring of illumination around them. And at the front of the cart emerges a very well-dressed, in bright yellow robes, wearing like a golden circlet around their head, is a woman who is holding in her hand some kind of scepter. I'm sorry, not scepter, some kind of staff. Which of you is Zeke Leopold?
I am.
Please step down from the cart. You're under arrest for the murder of the Grand Inquisitor.
Alright.
The guards come over as you get down out of the cart. They will pull out manacles. They will basically give you a rundown of how the manacles will work. They will inform you that once the manacles are put on, they will compel you to follow commands that are given. But they do instruct you that they are not allowed to issue commands other than a certain set of commands, and any commands other than those will not have any effect on you.
Well, I obviously don't like that, so...
Do you resist, or do you allow it to happen?
I didn't resist before, so
Okay.
I wouldn't resist now.
All right. You are shackled. The wizard comes walking up to you. I do hope, for your sake, that this is mostly a formality. But there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. And unfortunately, those who have discovered things have decided to act as swiftly as possible on the intel that they have. Your friends, traveling companions, or whatever they may be, are also able, if they wish to, serve as witnesses in your trial. We wish to execute this as swiftly as possible, because if you are not responsible, or if there is some information we are missing from this, then we would like to get you quickly back to doing what the military needs done. But it is our understanding that the military wishes to work with us to prove that they are willing to be cooperative in the agreements of the cities, just as much as they are in our agreements with them. Do you understand?
I'm gonna need to talk to my lawyer.
It's not a good sign, but it will be as you wish. To the other five of you, so the six of you, you may meet us in Chrysizen. If you wish, I can teleport the rest of you there, along with us.
As I said, I wish to testify. I want to be there.
She looks at the rest of you.
I assume we'll all go.
Is it some sort of check to know if it's a good place for me to be there or not with the last run-in I had with the crime syndicate there and my family and all that?
You have reason to believe that this is all, resolved. When you went back there last time to see your mother, there were no issues.
Okay.
All right. So she will teleport all of you to Krzyzin. Pierre will stay with the cart. Pierre doesn't know anything about what happened, wasn't there to witness it. So Pierre will stay with the cart, and he says, I really don't want to go back to Krzyzin anyway.
It's for the best, Pierre.
And you all, Pierre, in Krzyzin. When they teleport you back, there's a very large and open room that you're teleported into. Zeke is taken with the 4 guards back into a different area of the building. And the 5 of you are shown the opposite end of the building, which will lead you to an exit. Your time to testify will come up soon. We are working to expedite this as quickly as possible. We have worked to make sure that we have the fairest judge we can find on this case. He has overseen many other military-related cases in the past. The military and our men and others involved in the case do believe that he is the most reasonable and fair of all of our judicial people here. In the meantime, we have arranged stay for you because you are potentially in danger as we perceive it. If what some of us are theorizing could be true, the Grand Inquisitor may have had enemies. Or, I'm sorry, you may have made enemies by being an accomplice to what Zeke has done. And therefore, you may be in danger. But it is also in our best interests to keep you in a place we know you are.
That is fine, but you should know that this judge needs to be very carefully vetted. If what I am to testify is true, then this man manipulated many people. You don't know how far his reaches could go. And if the judge himself is corrupted, then this whole trial is for naught. It needs to be clear.
I will give you some understanding, since I know you may not be familiar with our legal system here. The Inquisitors do have a lot of say. They are allowed to put in their understanding. They appear before the judicial committee and do not see the judge directly to give their statements. They are then questioned about their statements before the judicial committee, and the judicial committee then brings their statements to the court. There will be no inquisitors on this case, as this case deals directly with an inquisitor. This is an issue of internal affairs, and we are going to work as such to resolve this issue. When Zeke was brought into our custody, we were unaware at the time that he was serving with the military, and it likely should have been elevated to internal affairs to begin with. The judges are kept entirely separate from inquisitors for good reason. It would be a major problem if there was too much blending of the ideas.
There might be a valuable witness to this case, man. I can surrender my weapons. I just wish to go to a friend that may wish to testify. Would that be possible under supervision from whoever?
Is your friend in the prisons?
He's in Krzyzin.
You need not surrender your weapons. We're not taking your weapons. We have no reason to believe that you are involved in his death. The evidence we have only speaks of the death of the Grand Inquisitor.
So if they're not holding me, I want to go and talk to Boria and see if he has any insight or not.
Okay. Well, first you will have to be escorted back to where you're staying. So they will escort you to the Tricky Staff Inn first, where your room is paid for. And then, I'm sorry, not the Tricky Staff. They will escort you to the Jade Rune House. They are not bringing you back to the brothel. And then from there, anytime that one of you leaves the building, you have to go with an escort.
Okay.
Well, that would have been the same thing if we went to the brothel, too.
I'm gonna go put my kid in bed real fast.
Okay.
But I'll just be chilling in my room then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd consent to an escort. That's fine. I would go to Boria with an escort or whatever.
Okay. The escort will have to follow you inside and will stay in whatever room that you're in.
Yep, it's fine. We'll just knock on the door.
Hey, yes, it's you again. It's so good to see you.
Yes, Boria, it's... God, time passes so fast. I know it doesn't feel that way here, but I really need to speak to you. Can I come in?
Certainly. Come in.
I would just sit down, pour a drink if he's offering one. Just say, how have you been since I've left? I know things are crazy, but...
Things overall have been well. Business has been good. The wife has been doing well. All is well.
I understand it's some... Things kind of have gone quickly here, and I never really truly gave you the full explanation for why I left, but... There's not much time, so I have to be very quick and very abrupt. I've been through a lot for you. I did not leave on my own tuition. These scars on my face were not my own doing. I've been through tremendously more than anyone should, but at the same time, it sounds like you've been through a lot too. When I came through that closet or that wardrobe, you looked terrified and then happy. And I'm not a stupid man. I know that must mean that this man that we dispatched of, he did things to you, Boria, yes?
Indeed he did.
I don't know if I could ever ask a bigger favor, but it's come to it that this town needs to know what this man is truly capable of, what he's done to people in this populace, and if we don't have that, I don't think that this trial will reach the justice that it needs.
You don't know then, do you? Your friend didn't explain?
I'm afraid I know very little of your law here, Boria. I didn't pay much attention to it when I was just working in the forge.
There is magic of the salamanders that exists. Magic that can bring a person back. But magic that requires an agreement. Your soul to make an agreement when you come back. He lost interest in me because I was losing training, and it was too hard to disguise who I was. I was his property.
You mean to tell me that you're one of these resurrected beings, that you... Boy, how could you have never told me this in all this time?
It was a very long time ago when this happened. I didn't want to bring back up the past of my pains. I died when I was a child. He brought me back. Gave me back to my family.
I suppose this means that any testimony you could give is going to be considered.
I don't know what it means. I have no clue whatsoever.
I'm sorry. My temper is getting the best of me, but...
I can understand it would. Talking about this doesn't exactly make me feel too comfortable either.
So all these people, at some point in their life, whether they remember it or not, they signed a contract with them, and that contract is binding. You mean to tell me there's nothing I can do?
I don't know if I signed it. The problem is part of your memory seems to not hold together very well, or maybe we don't sign it. It's done with children. Perhaps the only question asked to the body is it willing? And perhaps the parents make the agreement.
How can children...
Listen, we've been working to eradicate slavery here for some time. But it is still a gray area. The laws of indentured servitude still exist. Honestly, I believe if it weren't for the salamanders, we would probably see an end to it.
Well then, to that I owe another apology for calling the one who travels with as bad as his father. He's not that big of a dick.
They have taken the concept of law and amplified it to a level that oftentimes drives me insane. Simply getting paperwork to open a shop like this was a feat work.
Well, if you wish to testify tomorrow, Boria, I believe the trial will be held quite hastily. It is a very escalated matter because of the implications involved. But I will not force you.
What is the manner of this trial?
A member of my party potentially used excessive force versus this man, but this man is demented. This man is evil to the degree that even I won't tolerate it. He needed to die, most likely, but I don't know if they will see it that way unless they are convinced very thoroughly that he was as bad as he was.
Then I will be there. I will tell them my story.
Then if you are testifying, I need to keep you safe, Boria, because if this man has the alliances that he has, I cannot let you stay here alone with the intention of testifying without my protection. I will keep you safe.
He is now a witness. We will keep him safe.
You better give me your damn word. Because... Four men on his room. You can take the men protecting me. I don't need protection, but protect him at all costs.
He will be well protected.
Very well. And I kind of reach across the table and I say, thank you, Boria. Trust me when I say that this means the greatest deal to me, and I hope that I can make it up to you at some point.
You need not make it up to me. If we can bring change to this city with this action, that is enough value for me in standing before them and telling my story.
I would thank him, and just very abruptly though, I would be, if the Inquisitors have insisted he will be protected, I will peacefully go back to my room.
He will be escorted with the with you, and to be assigned his own room.
That's all I would have to do this evening.
Okay. Is anyone else going out for any reason? Not even somebody who doesn't know what's going on with their mother?
Am I just allowed to do social visits? I would assume.
You can leave if you want. They will allow you to leave.
With an escort, though.
With an escort, yes.
It just seems awkward. We're about to stand trial. I'm okay, I'm going to go check on my family. I mean, I guess if they let me, I'll do it, I guess.
Okay.
Please go to your dad with an escort with you. That's going to be great.
So you will get there. Johan will greet you.
Johan.
Master Arvos, it is good to see you again.
Yes. Are you being
Who
paid well?
is this?
A little formality. Don't worry about it.
I think my pay has increased since last we spoke.
Really?
Yes, but again, sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm not always sure how long I've been working here, but they assure me I've gotten a raise.
Just in case. Here's another. I hand him 10 platinum.
Master Arvos, are you certain?
Yes, just remember who looked out for you.
I will never forget.
Is my mother in?
She is.
I turn to my escort. Is this really necessary? I'll just be in there for a few moments. Do you need to really come in there?
What your group claims is that the Grand Inquisitor attempted to kill all of you. We know not the extent of what will try to kill you next. So I believe it is in our best interests to protect people that are witnesses in a crime that has to do with the very edges of our society itself.
You're aware of who the salamanders are. This is probably safer than your establishment over there.
To me, this is the least safe place I could be venturing into. 2 powerful wizards reside inside that building, and both of them selfish to the core.
Do you know who it is you escort? I'm more powerful than both of them combined. I'm just kidding. Let's go inside then.
Okay.
Try not to embarrass me.
The 2 of you head inside. When you get in, your mother is waiting in the foyer for you.
She's still acting loopy, or is she acting normal?
She seems still a bit off, but a bit more together. Whoa, what the hell was that?
A car.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
It's just like, it felt like it popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, lately people have been like racing because like no one's outside, I guess.
Okay. I didn't know Canadians knew how to race.
I turn to my escort. I assume you don't have to stand next to me. Can you just wait here while I speak to my...
I must follow you into any room you go.
All right, we'll stay in the same room, but can you just stay here and I walk over there?
Yes.
All right, cool. I put some distance between me and him and go talk to my mom.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing okay? You're still alive.
Yes.
That's good to see. And you're in your body.
About that. Yeah, I go to like a hushed tone. Is it reasonable that this guy can hear me all the way over there?
Hard to say.
Min-max perception.
I whisper. It seems circumstances have me back here sooner than I would have imagined. But the deal you made with Meldronicus, I don't know why you've done this.
I can't have my boy dying now, can I?
You think I'd die to such trivial matters? I have so much more to live for.
Sweetie, you don't remember anymore, do you?
Remember what?
You died before.
For fuck's sake. What are you talking about?
Got him.
You died before. You don't remember why your father and I are so distant? Oh, we knew that cleric was not of the right mind. You were very little. Very, very young. I'm assuming that was to try to recall history of this happening. Knowledge
I don't know
nobility.
anything. That was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
But I guess I will try to. Is that knowledge history or?
Yeah, knowledge history.
The
So-
gods have willed it. 23.
So you, don't remember it being you, but you remember stories about a very prestigious family losing their child, and the clergy, the traditional clergy, not being willing to come to their aid. And that they had to reach out to somebody who prayed to a god that others didn't believe. to bring them back.
I vaguely recall this. It wasn't me. Mother, you're mixed up again.
No, it was you. Your father thinks you can't rightfully be his.
You're loopy again. Are you off your meds? Where's the damn cleric watching after you?
He's fine. He assures me that everything is fine.
If I was dead, I would have known it. This can't be right.
Okay, son.
What magics could have brought me back? Are you saying... What kind of spell could do such a thing?
There is plenty of magic that we don't always understand that the right gods can will.
Are there any negative things about this? Like, if... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if it doesn't do anything, I guess.
He warned of it being... How do I say this? That sometimes when people come back this way, they're not always what they were before. Since you got brought back, you did get a little bit more hostile and maybe a little more selfish than usual.
Consider that a bonus. Don't sound any negatives right now. Well, anyways, this isn't a time for this kind of discussion. I guess we'll discuss this later. I can't believe you've never told me this my whole life.
We all thought you knew.
How would I know this?
Because you woke back up. You died. I cannot believe you don't remember.
Have I not brought this up ever before?
Never. Not once.
Well, then why would you think I knew?
I had no reason to believe you didn't know.
Seems like something we would have talked about eventually.
You were distant, easily frustrated, and kept mostly to your own affairs.
Maybe I should have kept to that policy. You know how I feel about necromancy.
But to lose you was just too much. Are you saying you'd rather be dead?
Well, no. I'd just rather be informed of what was done to me.
We thought you knew. We had no way to know.
All right, well. When I'm not being brought in for testimony in the courts, I guess we can talk about this more.
Testimony? What testimony? Are you in danger?
No, I'm providing testimony on the Grand Inquisitor's whereabouts and happenstances to him.
Oh, we heard. Grisly thing. Supposedly some kind of rhino was there? Killing many, many people?
Yes. That is true. I didn't know this was public knowledge.
The rhino story got out very quickly. Hundreds of people died. You can't keep that much of a secret.
Hundreds of people died?
They sent people up there bringing person after person first to go up and see the Inquisitor. When they realized people weren't coming back, they started sending up teams to investigate, and the teams weren't coming back. There's something in there that creates a bit of a noise filter. So they would each keep having to go up to check on the last. Eventually, they sent enough people up there that a few could escape and get back with news. And then they sent up much more powerful people to handle the situation. Supposedly the creature remains there.
No one could deal with it?
It always woke back up. At one point, they even sent people here to question your father about it.
Really?
Yes. But of course you know your father. They weren't offering enough money to solve the problem.
Tell me, Mother, do you have any more of those scrolls to get me back here should I need to?
I think Father won't mind.
I'd rather not deal with him again.
She'll go over to one of the bookcases, like specifically pull a book out and open up and flip through a couple of pages, and then she will like push her hand on top of it and slide it sideways, and the page doesn't like tear, but all the words on it seem to like drag off and form a scroll. And then she puts the book back up on the wall, and like squeezes her hand around the scroll, rolling it up, and hands it off to you.
Is there a particular time that would be better to come back to discuss this?
Whenever you feel comfortable.
You better have your story straight by then, because something isn't sitting right with this. Arvos will storm out, uncomfortable with his new possible reality.
So you're a zombie, eh?
And what the guy says to me?
Yeah, as you're like walking back to the inn.
You mind your own damn business. They'd pay you to eavesdrop on me too?
I mean, your mom talks pretty loud.
God damn it.
Look, I'm just trying to give you a hard time and make some light of this.
What's your name?
I'm not obligated to tell you.
Good, I don't give a damn. Let's move on. Let's move on with things. Know your place, peasant. Don't speak to me.
All right. So, the 5 of you will wait a few days. Eventually, the guards will come to each of your rooms to let you know that the trial is to occur the following day. And that during this day, you are not allowed to leave your rooms. You will wait here until you are brought before the court to make the determination, or to give your statement. You will then be allowed to until all 6 of you have made your statements, you will have to remain here. Once the 6 of you have made your statements, you will be allowed to watch the rest of the proceedings of the trial.
Are we allowed communications with people?
No.
All right.
So was I able to like talk to my lawyer, because he's involved in this too?
Your lawyer that doesn't remember anything?
We didn't send him out that door.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
With the rhino? We sent him out with the rhino?
You sent him out before the rhino,
Okay.
and he left.
Well, technically it was after the rhino, but the rhino had been like...
No, that's not correct. We brought him back with us through the door, and then we threatened, or someone threatened that idea to him, and he panicked and ran through the door.
That would be Arvos.
Okay.
He
Arrows
offered it.
suggested-
It wasn't a threat. I offered him a way out. I was like, you should get out of here. And he's
You're like,
"Alright."
no, maybe we should send someone back through the memory forgetting door. And he like basically panicked and fucking ran out of Borya's house.
But we never sent him back through that door.
I'm going to go back and watch the VODs because I don't
Yeah,
remember that being the case. I remember specifically him realizing that he is no longer a participant in the actions that you did and can't be held responsible for what you did if he runs out the door and doesn't remember it ever happening.
That was my understanding too, is I was pretty sure the situation was someone said something like, wouldn't it be better for you if you just went out that door and forgot everything?
I remember,
And he was like, yeah, and he like bolted.
I remember him being super excited about this potential law stuff about the raising
Well,
undead.
the wonderful part here is we have all of the episodes fully recorded. I will play it back. and we will get to the bottom of this. In the meantime, I think this is where we're going to end for this evening.
Wow, this early? Damn.
Yeah. Well, the trial is probably going to take some time, and I don't want to wrap up mid-trial. I was hoping there would be enough time. I felt like there'd be enough time to leave it on a bigger cliffhanger. But especially now that we've had it called into question, stuff that has happened in the past, I feel like this is an exceptional time to have this happen. So everybody for tonight can go ahead and take 1,000 XP.
I'm so close to leveling. Why
Shut up. No one cares.
Oh, wow.
Dan in a foul mood tonight.
We're like in shit fucking deep water. No one cares about leveling right now.
Everybody's gonna
I don't
die.
care because you got the level last session.
Oh my god. And
All right, guys. All right.
I'm just joking.
Well, we're gonna wrap up here. So good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.